Hello, everybody. Allie Duzett here, and tonight we are recording You Deserve to Heal. So grab your pen and paper for taking notes and or scribbling and get some water. You need to be really well hydrated. The reason why I thought of doing this session was because just in the past couple of weeks, I've had a number of people reach out who have had trouble with the energy work that they've done not really going through as well as they would like. And when I looked into it for some specific people, I felt like, oh, you have a bunch of subconscious programming that's saying that you don't deserve to heal. And they said, oh my gosh, yeah, that's true. The subconscious mind always does what it feels like is the best thing for you. And so if it doesn't feel like you deserve to heal, then you're basically just not going to heal. So clearing this is really important so that everything else that you do can stick. But I brought that up because of water. The other thing is, if you're dehydrated, it can be really hard for your energy work to stick, to go through all the way. You know, you're going to have a harder time feeling big shifts if you're chronically dehydrated. And so a good rule for hydrating is to drink. So if you take your body weight in pounds and divide it in half, that's how many ounces that you should be having every day, plus like maybe 10. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should drink 50 ounces a day plus like 10 more ounces. So that would be 60 ounces of water a day. And most people don't drink nearly enough water. And if you are not a big water drinker, it will take about 3 weeks of you drinking the correct amount of water every day for your body to get its act together. So that's just another aspect of healing that if you are having trouble with your healing work working, please up your hydration and also do this session. So these are two things that you can do to support yourself in healing. You deserve to heal. You are good enough to get better. It really is true. So let's get to work. We're working through 5 images tonight. So I'm going to walk you through these guided imageries, and you're just going to sit back, relax, and follow along in your imagination and follow my instructions, and we're gonna have a good time and clear out some stuff. So let's go. You can get relaxed and close your eyes. And the first image that we're working through is of a teddy bear. Imagine a teddy bear that is ragged and falling apart. This teddy bear has been worn nearly to shreds. When it looks in the mirror, it feels an immense shame and despair. Feelings come up: unworthy, worthless, disgusting, ugly, useless, falling apart. I'm not good enough. I'm disgusted with myself. I hate looking this way. I wish no one had to see me like this. Crying, sadness, sorrow, self-hatred, ugliness, self-rejection, weeping, despair, anger, self-abandonment, self-betrayal. Fear. I judge myself so harshly. How could anyone judge me any less? Everyone must hate me. I fear them so much. This can start to clear now, so go ahead and you can tap on your collarbone or tap on your forehead with your fingers. And keep tapping, and we're going to say the following out loud together, okay? I honor my feelings of not good enough, worthless, ugly, disgusting. Take a deep breath. Tapping that out. Let's say that one again. I honor my feelings of not good enough, worthless, ugly, and disgusting. Releasing, releasing with a deep breath. I am now choosing to release those feelings of not good enough, worthless, ugly, disgusting. Let's do that one again as well. I am now choosing to release those feelings of not good enough, worthless, ugly, disgusting. Okay, put your hand on your heart. You can stop tapping. Take a deep breath. Imagine a tube of light shining down with information on the truth. If you are worn, it is because of how hard you have worked. See how the teddy bear of a child is worn down with love, and breathe it in. In the child's eyes, the teddy bear is not just good enough, it is the best that could ever be. despite or even because of its imperfections. Let's tap again. Tap on your collarbone or your forehead, and we'll say together, I allow myself to accept that in my way, I am the best that could ever be. I am worthy to heal. Put your hand on your heart and breathe it in. Image number 2 is of a medicine vial. Imagine a vial of medicine. This medicine is looking ambiguous. Is it good medicine or bad medicine? A fear of taking it comes up. What if it kills me? What if this medicine does not make me better? What if it makes me worse? Emotions come up of fear, horror, worry, nervousness. I'm already yawning for you guys. Panic, anxiety. If I take this and I have a healing crisis, then what? Abandonment, feeling abandoned by the loving guide who was supposed to make sure healing was easy or even unnecessary. Anger at feeling alone in the healing journey. Nothing I've taken before has worked for me. Fear of revisiting pain during the healing process. It's not worth it. It's easier to leave things buried than to dig them up to try and heal them. Healing will probably fail. I don't believe I can heal. A not knowingness how to heal comes up. But I'm yawning because that's how I process this energy. You might be yawning too. Imagine a tube of light shining down on your head with information on the nature of the medicine and on the nature of you. Tap this in, tap on your collarbone, and imagine accepting this true information from the divine. We're scrambling up the old false information. See a light shine on you that contains a gift of knowingness. You can easily know what medicine is good and right and necessary, and what medicine is not necessary and to be avoided. And you can easily know that you deserve healing. Breathe it in. You deserve to be healed. You can put your hand on your heart and just breathe it in. You deserve healing. You deserve to be healed. Image number 3 is a tree with limp branches. This is not a willow tree. It is more like an oak, but its branches are droopy and flexible like a willow tree. That's good for willow tree branches, but in this tree, it is a disaster. The tree has gone limp and unhealthy. Emotions come up of fatigue, exhaustion, depletion. I've tried too hard for too long. I can't hold myself up anymore. Even healing this is too much work. I can't find it within myself to do anything more. All that's left for me is to wilt and die, no matter how hard I try. Feelings of futility bubble up. It's not even worth it to try. Abandonment comes up, and I'm yawning. The tree is abandoning all hope and all willingness to accept healing. Even if it was easy and a gift, I wouldn't and couldn't take it. I am too tired. This can start to clear now. Take your deep breaths. The lungs, when you take a really deep breath, your lungs create neuropeptides that go up to your brain and break apart the bonds of the molecules that hold on to this trauma. So we're taking very deep breaths. Imagine a tube of light shining down on you that contains information on how healing can be easy. It can be simple. It doesn't have to deplete you. Healing is possible. You can accept it. It can make your life easier. These limbs can receive strength. Imagine that tube of light downloading that information to you in every aspect. And as your resistance bubbles up, just breathe it out. I'm pulling up some of that resistance right now. confusion, on I don't know how this can be, I don't deserve it, releasing that now, pulling that out, snipping any time loops connected and releasing. Breathe it out. Okay, let's go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Tap on your collarbone with your fingers, and we're going to say out loud, healing is possible for me. When I feel exhausted and depleted, healing is possible for me. I can accept healing even when I am tired. Healing can make my life easier. My limbs can receive strength. I choose to accept and receive healing for my body, mind, and spirit. Put your hand on your heart and breathe it in. We are choosing to accept and receive healing. We are choosing to believe that we deserve healing. I deserve healing. I deserve to be healed. Breathe it in. A panic is coming up that just says, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. And I think that is absorbed. So we're going to cut away any absorbed energies that are preventing you from feeling like you deserve to be healed. And just imagine a pair of scissors just snipping a ribbon and the ribbon being pulled away, releasing that now, and now releasing whatever was yours that was behind that was being blocked from clearing, releasing that now. Take maybe 3 really good deep breaths. Okay. Imagine the tree now. An angel comes up to it and starts helping it. The angel waters the tree and shines light on it. The angel gives it a massage on its bark, on the trunk, and adds minerals and fertilizer to the soil it grows in. If necessary, the angel transplants the tree entirely to new healing ground. So take a look at your tree that you're imagining. Is it okay where it is, or does it need to be moved? If it needs to be moved, go ahead and move it to the new location where it belongs. See how at first the tree fights this. It fights being taken care of. It doesn't feel comfortable being watered and lit and massaged and taken care of. It doesn't like that. It feels vulnerable and unsafe being cared for tenderly. It kind of feels like this must be a trick, right? Like nobody is this kind to me, and it feels very nervous. It doesn't like the feeling of someone else trying to care for it. But as the angel persists and just keeps serving with love, a dam breaks and the tree relaxes into vulnerability and allows itself to be cared for. See the limbs regain their strength one at a time until the tree's branches are all tall and strong as they are meant to be. Breathe it in. We're just going to breathe here for a moment as we imagine this tree's limbs regaining their strength. And as we see how the tree, allowing itself to be vulnerable, allowed it also to receive strength, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and to be cared for tenderly by the angels or even by people in real life can actually make us stronger. Breathe it in. You deserve healing. You deserve to heal. You deserve to be healed. Breathe it in. Okay. Image number 4, you can close your eyes and imagine a pink frilly paper heart for Valentine's Day. This heart is feeling paper thin and unsupported. It has the color and the decoration of a Valentine heart, but it does not feel safe as itself. It hates its own vulnerability and it wants to hide. It feels like it could just be ripped at any moment. It could be hurt at any time. It's just a flimsy piece of paper. Feel the emotions of this Valentine heart. Horror, shame, disgust, self-rejection. I wish I were not so weak and flimsy. I wish I were a strong heart made of steel and iron. No one could hurt me and I would not need to be healed. Irritation comes up, an inflammation feeling in the heart. The irritation in the heart is with other people and outer situations that have led to pain, heartbreak, and even death of the heart. The heart is now showing me its wounds where it has been ripped, burned, stabbed, kicked, bruised, hurt in all manner of ways, and it cries with the pain of it. And we're going to sit here for a few moments and just allow the pain to bubble up. And we're going to feel it. This is a safe time to feel it. We are holding space right now to feel the pain of this heart. So please allow it to come forward. Allow this pain to come forward. The heart says, I must not be worthy to heal. This is what I deserve. I deserve to be hurt and wounded. I know that because people have hurt and wounded me my whole life. The world has wounded me my whole life. This must be what I deserve. There's this sense of it only makes sense. This is what I've experienced, and if I didn't deserve it, then why would it happen? That doesn't make sense. So I must have deserved it. Crying comes up. Sadness, sorrow, self-rejection, feelings of not good enough. Being hurt is what I deserve. Blaming of self comes up. I am the scum of the earth. I deserve the worst. Pre-earth trauma comes up. Self-blame for the war in heaven, self-blame for failures and losses of all kinds, self-blame for perceived underachievement, comparing the self to the divine and feeling not good enough in comparison. A scream of horror and frustration that says, I will never be good enough. I cannot deserve healing. I deserve to pay for my failures. I am not good enough. Oh, imagine a tube of light containing divine light and power shining on this Valentine heart. It contains the divine record of the entire history of this heart from the very beginning. See how, as you look through this divine record that stretches out through the ends of time, this heart actually is good enough. According to the records, it is good enough, and it has been good enough the whole time. It has been hurt and wounded, but mostly because of false beliefs. When our beliefs are true, the behaviors and actions of others and the situations we find ourselves in don't hurt the same way. This heart was always good enough to be healed. It just felt not good enough. This is not the reality. And I want to pause here for a moment and talk a little bit more about beliefs and how our beliefs impact our emotions. You know, there is such a thing as true and false, and some things really are true and some things really are false. And whenever we have a false belief, it is going to lead to pain, and this is a gift. Okay, our false beliefs, our pains, our like emotional pains come from false beliefs, and the pain is a beautiful gift because it's showing us that something is not true. And as we go through our sources of pain and figure out what is not true and start to heal that and change our beliefs, that is how we start to become like enlightened, and like we can be kind of like BFFs with the divine, right? We start living in an enlightened space where we just don't get hurt. So an example of a false belief would be something like everything is my fault, or everything is somebody else's fault. Or everyone hates me. If you have beliefs like this and something negative happens and your automatic assumption is, oh, well, they did that because they hate me, because everyone hates me. That's a false belief, but it is your belief, and then you're going to feel terrible. But a true belief is everybody does what they do for reasons of their own that have nothing to do with anyone else. Like, no one can make someone be a mean person. That's their own choice. And as soon as you understand that, when people try and hurt you, it's not your fault. That it has nothing to do with you. That person is coming from a wounded space. And so then you're not hurt anymore. So as we go through and uproot our false beliefs and replace them with true beliefs, we establish better boundaries and we feel so much more safety, and we're able to navigate our lives in a much better and more positive way. So this heart, but going back to our imagery, this heart always was good enough. It was always good enough to be healed, but it just didn't feel like it was good enough. It just didn't believe that. It always was true, but the heart just didn't see it. So let's go ahead and tap. Go ahead and tap, tap, tap on your collarbone, and we're going to say these. I allow myself to believe I have been good enough to heal this whole time. I have not been perfect, but I have been loved. I am good enough despite imperfection. I am not responsible for the failures or actions of others. It is safe for me to feel safe, knowing that I am good enough. I can allow myself to heal from the wounds I have suffered. It is safe to honor my own suffering and release it for healing. I can trade in my wounds for healing and health. I am choosing love and light. Put your hand on your heart and breathe it in. Breathing it in. Still breathing it in. See an angel come to the heart and infuse it with light that clearly explains that having a vulnerable heart is a good thing. Hearts are supposed to be vulnerable and soft. When hearts try to protect themselves with walls and scar tissue, the heart's functionality suffers. Hearts cannot be their best selves when they are hard and walled. Choose to generate a light within your own heart. See how this light blasts out the scar tissues and walls. Fill your heart tissue with light that is stronger than walls. When the heart is made of light itself, it does not need to be protected. It is still vulnerable, but it is also invulnerable. A heart made of light cannot be wounded like other hearts can. So we're going to be here for a moment, and we're going to breathe and imagine our hearts filling up with light and even turning into light. Okay, let's breathe that in. Feel that heart made out of light inside your chest. Let's go ahead and tap. Tap on your collarbone or tap on your forehead. We'll say, I am choosing for my heart to be made of light. Sorry, I'm breathing for you. That felt like a big shift. I can heal from the things I have suffered. Breathe and breathe. Oh, I deserve healing. Tap it in. I deserve healing. I know how to live without blaming myself. I am good enough to heal. Breathe it in. I am choosing to allow myself to heal. I choose to live life healing until I am fully healed. Breathe it in. Put your hands on your heart and breathe and breathe, breathing in all of these things. We can heal from the things that we have suffered. We deserve healing. You deserve healing. Breathe it in. You are good enough to heal. Breathe it in. Okay, image number 5 is of a ship. Imagine a set of people on a ship. The waves are high and the wind is strong, and the people on the boat are intrepid explorers. They are sailors, fighters, explorers. They chart uncharted territory. And they are all wounded. Their wounds are still open and gaping. They have not healed. Look at them. They are so brave, and they battle such enormous waves. And they're wounded. See that they have, cuts that are open and bleeding and broken limbs that have not healed. They show us a map. This map is a map of all the places that they have been. And there are little graphics on the map indicating where they have been hurt along the way. So the map is showing their route, and then it has a little mark every time they've broken a bone, gotten scratched, gotten a cut. It's all written there on the map. They say, we cannot possibly heal. If we heal, it changes the map. The places that we've been hurt have to stay hurt in order to make everything fair and to make our experience meaningful. These sailors believe that the pain from the past has to persist. They are deeply invested in the idea that once a pain is on the map, it has to live there forever. It's not enough to leave the graphic and note that an injury happened. The injury itself must persist to prove that the journey had value. If we heal, it's like our suffering didn't matter. If we heal, our struggles mean nothing. Remaining in pain is the surest way to prove that we had a hard time. And under that, the sailors say, we don't deserve to heal anyway. A lot of these injuries were our own fault. And they show a little video of the times they were hurt because they said or did ridiculous things. Continuing in pain is their way to self-punish. We deserve to be punished for our mistakes. We punish ourselves so no one else has to, and no one else is justified to. Huge self-blame shows up for these sailors, huge unforgiveness of self. See a contract in your mind. It says, I contract never to forgive myself. I contract to blame myself for my inadequacies forever. I refuse to heal. I contract not to heal because of my failures and what is my fault. See a second contract that says, I contract to allow myself to hold the blame and unforgiveness of others towards me. When others blame or attack me energetically, I contract to carry that energy in my body and in my energy field. These contracts say they cannot be removed because I have sworn it. So we're clearing the swearing of these contracts with a deep breath. Go ahead and take a big, big, deep breath, super loud. I want to hear it, guys. I want to hear it even though you're all muted. Not really, don't unmute yourself, but do it really loud, okay? Breathe it out. We're breathing out the swearing of these contracts, and then we're going to release the contracts. So deep, deep breaths. Our breathing is what's going to shift it from our bodies. Our intention is what's going to shift it from our minds. Rip up these two contracts in your mind. Rip them into pieces so small that they are dust, and then breathe the dust out. Breathe it out, blow it away. We're going to replace these contracts with a new contract that says, I contract to forgive myself proactively when I mess up. I contract to believe the best of myself. I contract to hold a strong boundary such that other people's blaming of me bounces off. I know I don't need to carry other people's blaming. Breathe it in. A message comes up that says, you are not qualified to be your own judge. You simply do not know all things. The divine judge of all knows everything and everyone's intentions, and that is the energy that is designated to mete out justice, not you. I, the Lord, will forgive whom I will forgive, but of you it is required to forgive all men. All men includes you. Living in a space of constant self-forgiveness is imperative. So take your deep breaths here. I'm modifying a Kundalini meditation for you on my end to shake up some of this energy here. So you guys just take some deep breaths right now while I'm shaking things up in a literal and metaphorical way. Breathe in, breathe. Okay, let's tap, tap, tap. Tap on your collarbone. And we're going to say this out loud. I realize that healing from past injuries does not mitigate the journey I've been on. I am allowed to heal from the past. I am choosing to heal from the past. I release and relinquish the role of judging myself and others. Sorry, that's a big one. Releasing, releasing. Take some deep breaths. I step into a new perspective of treating myself with honor and respect and allowing myself to heal. Breathe it in. Imagine the sailors on the ship now, and imagine how they're healing. All of their injuries and hurts clear up and heal at this time. See them laugh in shock and joy as their broken limbs heal, their bleeding wounds seal up, their hearts stop hurting, and they return to joy. See them dance and cheer on the deck of the ship. They don't have to take time out of their journey for healing. It is natural, easy, beautiful as they go. Let's breathe that in. We're going to be here with the sailors for just a moment. Breathing, breathing. Okay. So close your eyes, relax, shake it out a little bit if you want. Okay, if you have done healing work in the past that didn't seem to go through all the way due to these specific feelings of not deserving to be healed, now we are commanding it to go through in a safe and measured way, in a way that is safe and comfortable for your body. So go in your mind, and we're going to imagine a backlog of all the healing work that you've done in your life that didn't seem to help at the time. That was specifically the stuff that was blocked because of the things that we cleared tonight. So everything that you did in the past that couldn't go through because of things that cleared tonight, now we're releasing the dam, and imagine all of that work flowing into you, flowing through you, and it's activating. As it activates, see it like light up your body. What color does it light up? See it in your mind. We're imagining this backlog of healing work that you've tried to do that didn't seem to stick. Anything that was being blocked specifically by feelings of that you didn't deserve it, now we're commanding that work to go through and activate. This is possible now because of the work we have done in this session. So watch in your mind as each item in the backlog applies like a sticker. Put the stickers of past healing work on your skin and see how these stickers glow and then absorb into you, making your whole body lighter than it was previously. And breathe it in. And this is a process that may continue as long as necessary. So it might take a while to visualize all of this. If you need to, you can set the intention that this process will continue in your sleep tonight until everything that you have done in the past that didn't seem to help because of these specific issues we cleared tonight will come through and apply. Okay, I'm tapping this in for you on my end, breathing it in for you on my end. Okay. Now imagine yourself growing roots into the center of the earth and out 5 miles in every direction. Grounding you manually at this time. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here.